Is how come you chose to do Berlin out of all the other countries you could sort of go in Europe?
Well, the previous project we did was in around February, just after Christmas,
Yeah,
and we went to Newcastle, and we did the same kind of thing. We
yeah,
we went round, saw the sights, went to the castle, shopping centre, and we did a tour of the stadium there,
yeah,
which is what Harrison does. He likes, the sport journalism. He wants to get into that, so
yeah,
we like to visit the stadiums. I think they're pretty cool as well.
yeah,
But we weren't 100% happy with how it turned out. In the
mm,
end, it was good when we were there, but the actual video was a bit like rushed.
yeah,
So we ended up deciding to do it again for the next project for the FMP, but expanding on it completely. So we
yeah,
decided that we're gonna go on a bigger trip. And at first we were saying Brussels in Belgium, just because it was quite cheap to go to. So we looked
yeah,
into Belgium, and we realized it was fine, but we didn't really have anything in particular that we wanted to see there.
yeah,
Um, so then I know I don't know if it was me or Harrison, but we just said, "Oh, let's go to Berlin," and that kind of clicked, and we're like, "Yeah," we kind of said it as a bit of a joke.
yeah,
So we always had Birmingham as our backup, all bees. But yeah, it just happened in the end, and we booked our flights in the same week as we came up with the idea.
yeah,
So yeah, all was done pretty fast, and he did German GCC, and I know a bit, so quite
yeah,
interested in the culture and things there. So yeah, so then for the FMP, we decided to completely expand upon it. We've got our own brand for it, which is called What's About.
yeah,
So this was an episode on its own. It's What's About Berlin. So we tried to completely, just expand and make it as great as we can.
yeah.
Yeah.
How was your sort of like time spent in Berlin? Like, did you go see lots of sort of stuff?
Well, we arrived in Berlin on the 14th, I think it was on Sunday, and that was about 3 p.m. So we were
Yeah,
into the city straight away, and then we passed through the city. We saw the East Side Gallery, which is where the Berlin Wall is,
yeah,
like the most famous parts with the murals and graffiti.
yeah,
And then we got some street food and headed to the hotel to check in and stuff, just like get our bearings about us. But
mm,
yeah, that was the first day, and then the second day was the only full day we had there, and we were up at about 6, 7 in the morning, and we got the train to the Olympic Stadium, so we did our tour, like how we would have done in Newcastle, but better. So we did
yeah,
that tour. That was really great, and then we got the train back into the center of the city, and we just started walking, and we hit off every single landmark we could.
yeah,
In the end, we saw the Victory Column, which is in I think it's the Tiergarten. It's like a big park. And then we walked to the Brandenburg Gate. We saw the Reichstag, the Jewish Memorial, and then we saw the Mall of Berlin. And then from there, we went to Checkpoint Charlie, and then we got the train back to the Reichstag. The train is amazing there. Um,
yeah,
but yeah, we got the train to the Reichstag, saw that, and then got the train to a restaurant, and we got some doner kebab. We tried to as much food as we can, so we ended up having like beer, currywurst,
yeah,
schnitzel, yeah, everything we could. Um, but yeah, that was the full day. We had tried beers and things afterwards. Then the last day, our flight was quite early. I think it was about uh, around 2 p.m., so we couldn't really do much that day.
yeah,
So we just kind of chilled out for a bit and had a break because we were on full send for 2 days before that.
yeah,
But yeah, in the full day, we were up to about, gone midnight at least, still out and about, just seeing everything we could. So it was really, really condensed down.
yeah,
But we tried to do as much as we could, and I'm happy that we've covered more than we set out to. So yeah,
yeah.
time spent pretty well.
What would you sort of say like your favorite thing was to do in Berlin?
Um, well, just the streets were lovely. It's just amazing like atmosphere there. It was really nice,
Yeah,
clean. Everyone's friendly. But in terms of landmarks, I think the Olympic Stadium was the best thing that we saw. It's just the history there, and our guide was amazing. He told us all the history, showed us like about I think it's Hertha Berlin that plays there. I'm not too sure, but
Yeah.
yeah, all the current day football stuff, and then it goes on to the the Nazi regime, and then you got the
Mm.
1936 Olympic Games. So that was there, and that's what it was built for. And it's just all the history of how it was built, and then you get shown into
Yeah.
these like underground. It's almost like a catacomb like system underneath, and it was just amazing, really impressive. Yeah.
Yeah. And so the final question is like, how was your journey into Berlin? Like, was it all smooth or like, any delays?
Everything was absolutely perfect. Yeah. We flew from East Midlands Airport in Nottingham, so completely through straight away, no
Yeah.
queues or anything. We flew Ryanair, a bit of a
Yeah.
gamble, but cheap flights. But the landings were perfect. The flights were nothing to complain about whatsoever. Clean,
Yeah.
great landing, not a crash landing. But yeah,
Yeah.
the trains in Berlin took a while to get the hang of. But yeah, we figured it out, and it was just hop on, hop off, go where we want, and
Yeah.
really smoothly. And the way back was really smooth as well. The airport in Berlin was great, and the flight back was great as well. Yeah.
Yeah. That's sort of all my questions. So like, thanks for your time and stuff.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.